Hi everyone. I've had an absolutely amazing evening after a very long day, and I wanted to share this with you. I'll get to the reason behind this in a minute. When I got up this morning, I did one of the chores that was needed. It overstressed my hips, and I've had to spend the following 10 hours in bed. The pressure of sitting down, like sitting up in a chair, was way too hard for my body. And I felt like I was going to be sick to my stomach. Thus, I've spent most of today in bed. Just when I was finally able to sit up without the sensation that I was going to vomit, there was a knock at my door. It was a 9-year-old boy. About a week and a half ago, I watched him, a second boy, and the two of them that live on my street play with their plastic swords. They also played with some Nerf guns and some other toys. And finally, I also watched them play with their spy gear. I noticed that this particular boy's spy gear didn't have a compass in it, and I gave him one. He was visiting his aunt, who lives just a few homes from me today, and he came over to say thank you. It was really special. And then he asked me if I'd like to watch him drive his remote control car on the street for a few minutes. So I did, and I even raced it with my wheelchair. And just for the record, the remote control car won. So I did that, and it was nice. I was able to do something with today besides the activity this morning. Then I got my wheelchair loaded with my bathing suit and towel and my gym bag. And just as I was onto the street to leave, I saw one of the boys who lives on my street, and I drove down to him to say hi for a minute. I'm making him a green screen so that his stick bots will be able to be in movies that he makes. The green screen is his 10-year-old birthday present. It's giving him a life skill. So for me, the effort that goes into this is completely worth it. I was working on this morning, and it's why I was in bed today. But to invest in this child's life, I can justify several hours in bed. Because I want to help him gain life skills that will give him opportunities to figure out what works for him and what will want to be his career when he's ready for that in the coming years. So I had a nice interaction with him, and then I left for the pool. Partway there, one of the members pulled over with his car to say hi for a few minutes and show me his two dogs. After he drove off, I thought about the various, short "how are you doing today" conversations that I've had with him in the change room over these past several months. It's amazing how people value these, and taking time to listen where they're at. And it doesn't have to be long, but that you've paid attention and heard where they're at and what a person has to say. So when I thought of that, I was really glad that I'd made the effort to work my way to the pool tonight. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened. And it just reminded me of the effort that I've put into life and then the rewarding moments that happens because of that effort. When I arrived to the pool, one of the youth wanted to let me know what's been going on for him at work and how well today's shift went. Also, he's getting a promotion and he was excited to share this with me. I really care about these young men, especially when they're in their teens and starting to think about college, university, and what their career's going to be. He also has something in common with me. He was telling me about the tanks he's building and the system he's setting up for his reptiles. I really, really love pet fish. And I've had little lizards and African dwarf frogs and newts with my fish before. So there's a connection there. And when you listen to the young men and the young women, it means the world to them. And it's something that you can do even if you've got a physical disability or you're going through your own things. Taking time to listen really does matter to people. And it's an opportunity, to share, to show concern. And, when you've got the life experience that I have, there's occasional opportunities that come along to speak into someone's life or give them something to think about that they may not have because they're not as old and haven't had the world shape them and some of the adversity in life that I've gone through. So certainly the challenges that come with my physical disability and pain, there's redeemable qualities to it. It isn't just straight suffering. And it's something to keep in mind if you're going through hardship in your own life. It's not for a waste, and it's not that your life's over when you start dealing with pain or relationship challenges or whatever the case may be in your situation. There really still is a life to be lived and enjoyed, even in the midst of adversity and whatever you're going through. After this, one of the lifeguards at the pool was excited to tell me some plans that are coming up for schooling and a vacation in the family. And I always enjoy hearing these. And it's interesting to see what the young people are able to do that I've not had the opportunity in life, and to hear what works and doesn't work. It's one of the things I've mentioned, especially if you're, in your teen years. If you're not ready for university or college, it may be worthwhile taking a year off school, going for some more courses at high school, or gaining some experience in the workforce so that when you go for your post-secondary education, you know what's interesting to you and you'll know that you're taking the right course. I've said this to different youth over the past few months, and I encourage you to make sure that you're ready for school. If you're not into it, you're not going to put in the effort that will bring the success and ultimately a decent paying job so that you can have a good quality of life. And then the time at the pool kind of wound down with one of the lifeguards asking me how my knees are doing. Periodically, I enjoy being asked this. I appreciate the concern that comes behind it. So I just wanted to share with you that a day that started off, really hard for the bulk of it, actually ended up really good. I hope this will help inspire you to keep pressing forward in whatever issues that you're facing in your own life. Thanks so much for this time that you spent with me today. Bye for now.